Well, we are tracking this breaking input from international grounds where President Donald Trump, in yet another bold move on Thursday, signed an executive order sanctioning the International Criminal Court, accusing the body of improperly targeting the United States and Israel. The order includes financial sanctions and visa restrictions against ICC officials found to have assisted in investigations of US citizens or allies. President Donald Trump has now taken a bold step to push back against the International Criminal Court. These are the latest inputs that we are tracking at this moment. Now, Akanksha Swaroop joins us on the broadcast. A very good morning, Akanksha. Akanksha, what has prompted President Trump to take such a hard stance against the International Criminal Court at this point of time?
Right. I think, Kuhina, it would be safe to say that it's not just a mere coincidence that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been in Washington. He had that meet where Donald Trump even made that proposal of U.S. taking over Gaza Strip. So this executive order, in fact, comes soon after that meet that took place between the U.S. President and the Israeli Prime Minister. Now, remember that last November itself, the ICC had sparked bipartisan backlash in Washington. They had issued arrest warrants, not just for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but also the former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. All of this along with the several Hamas leaders simultaneously. That is why the order that has now, the executive order that's been signed by Donald Trump, that in fact goes on to talk about how this has created a shameful moral equivalency where a head of state has in fact been issued an arrest warrant along with Hamas leaders. Now remember, it was also the ICC which had issued arrest warrants against Vladimir Putin as well. So President Donald Trump, of course, while signing that executive order, has sanctioned the International Criminal Court, all officials working there. Quickly, to give you a roundup of what these sanctions could mean, they mean that financial sanctions, in fact, could prevent the person or organization from buying or selling financial assets, even accessing financial services, international payment infrastructures. So that is how, in fact, sanctions operate. Kuhina.
Right, Akanksha, thank you so much for bringing in all those details. Well, as the breaking news unfolds, President Trump's latest actions continue to shape both the domestic and the international landscapes, leaving the world waiting for the next chapter. With that, we're slipping into a very short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back.